Hello, Virgo. This is your past life Tarotscope. I'm recording this in February 2017, but I intend this reading to be timeless and it will come into your life when the information within this reading is relevant to you and your journey at this time. So I've also left a link to obtain a free copy of your natal chart so that you can find out what your south node is, which zodiac sign it's in. Because in researching past life, your south node in your astrology chart indicates the energies that come forth with you into this lifetime from your past lifetime. So once you find out where your south node is, you can Google that, the house, all of it, and it will give you a lot of information about your past life energies coming forth, which if you're watching this, you're very interested in. So, Virgo, I actually drew your reading last night around 7 o'clock. It is now Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and there are no words for your reading. There really aren't. Pisces and Aquarius had pretty heavy readings as far as spirituality, and they both also received the Atlantis card. But what's in your reading compared to their readings it's just unbelievable. If you aren't a Virgo who is extremely spiritual or very curious about your spirituality, there's no way this is going to resonate with you. This reading, this past life spread here, is for very evolved souls that walk the earth this lifetime under the Virgo energy. I'm like, that's all I gotta say about that. I'm so overwhelmed on where I even begin. Okay. So you guys do have Atlantis, spirituality and religion, wisdom, and baby. Now, baby, this is a very interesting energy here that I'm getting. There's a lot of different messages. So I'm going to kind of start here because even though this is throwing me in your reading, this is the easiest thing to read compared to the rest. And I will say this, throughout all of these readings, Aquarius, Pisces, and now you, Virgo, Spirit has shown me energy and things that I did not even know exist. Like, it's energy that nobody talks about, or it's just, I don't even know how to articulate it because I am now being exposed to this through these readings, and I've never heard anybody talk about this vibration that comes through. So, you guys watching this, very special. You guys are very special. I mean, you even got this. You guys are the only sign that got this, actually, divine purpose. So anyways, baby. What we have under baby is transition, faith, awakening, ask for a sign. As this coming through your past life energy, this baby is quite significant in your previous existence, but the cards that I see following it, this is, I feel your mother either passed away giving birth to you in a past life, or you passed away giving birth to your baby in a past life, or the baby passed away in infancy. And in this last life, I don't, this just feels like it was heavy energy, and your faith in whatever religion you were aligned with is what got you through. But the tragedy of this created this within your vibration, within your energy field last lifetime. This lifetime is when this becomes full grown, okay? The energy of this becomes full grown, but this is so deep and intense, and the energy on Earth now, yes, we've elevated a lot, but the energy of this awakening in you is so intense. It's this Atlantis energy. And that is so ancient, that vibration of human existence, that level of soul evolution, you know, just what every individual walking around on the earth had access to in a spiritual way. Spiritual beings, you know, having a physical experience, and no confusion in that. This tragedy really, you can't crumple up energy, but it's like I see, like, you were like just really, and you weren't oppressed, but that's the feeling I get. The energy of it is a very oppressive, heavy, crushing sort of energy, like making you collapse in on yourself. Okay, and when you transitioned last lifetime, you knew coming into this life, this was going to become full-blown. Now, this may have also played out to some degree in this life. You know, your mother passing away during childbirth, or you losing a baby in its infancy. And that, in a sense, for some of you, like you felt dead. You felt like it killed you and you weren't alive. And you might even kind of be in that space. I don't feel like that's a strong life path this life, but for some of you, that does pertain. And to really understand and tap into this experience, because I feel in this life, you resonating with this energy isn't gonna bring you pain and, you know, dig up old wounds. This is more like a remembrance from a soul perspective why that happened, and ask for a sign. Like, the universe will confirm this for you, what this means, because this baby has everything to do with your awakening. And also, because I have this card here, so beautiful. Look at that. Look at that card. I mean, anyways, I have this plus the Seeker of Chalice and then this baby. So I do know this for sure. Some of you have indigo children, and you guys are walking this path together of awakening and spreading spiritual wisdom, however that comes to you. And as I said, there's been things being shown to me in these readings that I've never experienced before. If you have ideas or information, creative talent, anything that is very unique, and maybe you're afraid to bring it forth because it isn't anything that's out there today. You know, it's really hard to go against the the norm of society, especially, you know, in the even in the spiritual community. It's kind of the same thing. There are some, you know, tarot readers, guides. I'm trying to think what you could call somebody who, channelers, I guess, mediums, like however you want to label somebody in the spiritual community that primarily their focus is doing spiritual work at this time. Even there's a lot of people who are like, you have to believe this certain thing or you're wrong. And I don't feel that that's the case. That is so ridiculous, because every information that we have today is in a spiritual, anything spiritual. Think about this. All religions, anything that you can Google about star seeds, indigos, New Age movement, ascension, all of it is somebody's opinion or message that they believe, that they channeled from spirit. And if you notice, all of the messages may have a similar kind of feel to it, but then, you know, there's these others that don't fit that mold, and it's like those get shunned because it doesn't, you know, vibe with what everybody else is, you know, believing at the moment. And I say at the moment because if you look at history itself, beliefs change, ways of life change, structures change, everything is constantly changing. So what you feel, that matters. What you believe spirit is giving to you, that matters more than what anybody else has to say. You know, and I always say, even if you resonate a lot with what I say or my readings, but there's something that doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit just because you feel that I come from a place of wisdom or whatever. It's not everything will fit. You are a unique individual. And if anything, when I express my beliefs, I want that to go out, you know, go into your energy field. You decide what resonates with you. But more than that, you take that information and you expand on it with your own energy, with your own intellect, with your own experience. And it changes that because you have a personal perception. Everybody does. And that's all we can see through. So nobody has it right all the way across the board. Nobody does. And with what I see here, you guys have a rite of passage to bring forth spiritual wisdom into this life. There's no question about that. I'll start here with the Atlantis card, okay? This to me is the roots of humanity. Like when the first humans walked the earth energy, the masters, the creators of this entire experience. This is what I feel from Atlantis. I know there's a lot of stories out there. I really haven't, you know, gotten into them. I do like the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, and he's talking about being from Atlantis, and a lot of the information within the Emerald Tablets really resonates with me. But that's as far as my excuse me, exposure to other people's opinions and beliefs about Atlantis is. Like, to me, it doesn't matter what anybody else says about this. If you were there, and with this card it says you were there, what you feel about this energy matters more than anything else, because you were there. You experienced it. It's personal to you. So with this showing up for you guys, sitting right next to spirituality and religion and then wisdom, Oh, and then baby. Oh, thank you, Spirit. You guys have this out of this world information that you are bringing in to society. You see, baby. Oh, it makes so much sense now. You guys are here to change the current structure and belief system of the, new age movement or religions, all of that. You guys bring true wisdom. It's in your DNA. Nobody could take this from you, okay? And for many, you might not have directly connected yourself with Atlantis, because Atlantis is the name that we give this energy, this place, this time, this beginning of human experience. But its name is irrelevant. You have information in your DNA from this time, from this era, and nobody can take that. And you guys were like spiritualists in that time. Like, that's what you came to be in Atlantis, okay? Because you have the masters, and then you have the children, the humans, the entire platform in which you created for. You have information from here inside of you that needs to come out in the now and change current beliefs and perceptions that are strongly in play. And for some of you, you are going to experience a relationship with somebody that you did have a tie from Atlantis with, okay? Now, how this relationship plays out is different. I really felt that strongly. Sorry, I don't know why. Like, my throat chakra, you know what? That's a sign. You guys have so much to say and put out there, but you're not doing it. You like are lacking confidence, or it's just so different than what anybody else is saying that you don't want to be shunned or ridiculed, or maybe you question yourself. There's information that you have been receiving, but you're like, am I just making that up in my head? No, that's your DNA activating. You have the rite of passage. You have this energy within you that's been waiting for the perfect moment, the divine time in this lifetime to fully awaken, to fully trigger within you. So this relationship that you have from Atlantis is represented by this card, the Six of Cups. And it is such a beautiful, soulful energy. It's in the stars. It's written in the stars. This person is going to be, as I spoke of earlier, a child, okay, that incarnates through you, and you know they're special from day one. You know that you have this great bond with them. It's because you guys have this together. Others, this here is going to be like your business partner, your assistant, or something of that nature, where you guys really partner up together, because we have High Priestess, Union, and then Divine Purpose. So this could be a romantic relationship. It very well could be. If it is, it's the energy of these cards is saying that this is like you guys are awakening together. It's your relationship is based 100% on spirituality. And in Pisces video, I got so overwhelmed by this love connection that they had coming through with this Atlantis energy. Like there were just no words, okay? Aquarius also had the Atlantis card. And then Leo actually had the transition card. And then Faith and Awakening together, just like you do. So Pisces, Aquarius, or Leo, very significant for this, just because of the readings that I've done prior to you and what I've saw, you know, within them. But this could be a romantic partnership, and if it is, you guys are partnering up to do Spirit's work. There's no question about that. This relationship is not harmful, painful, drama. It's not, the vibration of it is not that. Your soul, their soul, when you come together, the recognition and understanding at that level would never allow you or them to harm. Okay? It's you can't do it. It just cannot happen because of this tie right here. And this, do you see this energy between you and this person on a spiritual level? Like, this is very sweet. This is very tender. It's supportive. It's loving. It's pure. It's innocent. It's tender. Supportive. So this is a person that you're doing spiritual work with, whether it's a lover or a business partner or a friend or even you and a child. But you guys come together because you have a divine purpose, union and divine purpose. So that's why this baby incarnates through you, or you and this other individual connected. You have a purpose to share. And with the High Priestess, many of you are mediums, psychic. You do energy healing of some kind. You writing books. You're putting information out on the internet. Like you are already doing this, some of you. But for others, very important. Very important. I feel that it just feels so strong that, like, all of you just have kind of known you have this spiritual gift. But for others, it's like you awakening to this caused a breakup of your family in some sense, or friends, or there was a disruption because you awakened and it changed you and you decided you wanted to experience a different kind of life. Others, it's similar to this energy of past life but it's not a baby. It's a relationship ended, or there was something that ended, or even somebody who passed away, because strength sits beneath this. So, but this energy really triggered this, and it's making you so much stronger. And for many, this is like because of this disruption or this person who passed away, it's forced you to realize how strong you truly are. And look at star, and I was just talking about the stars, and it says that right up there, star. Now listen, I don't really feel like this energy is the person that has passed away from your life. It could be for some of you, but that's not really the sense I get. This is something else outside of this energy that really pushes you forward on your journey, because what sits below that is share your wisdom. So if you did lose this person, something about that is going to allow you to help others through that pain. But for others, well, for most of you, it's definitely this awakening that happens. And some of you were brought up in one religion this life, and as you began to awaken to who you truly are spiritually, you've had to abandon those beliefs, and it may have caused family members to leave your life, or friendships to leave your life. Whatever you decided to do on a spiritual or religious level, whether you just started outright refuting the religion you had been growing up in, or you started becoming exposed to a different religion and that's something that resonated more, so you decided to make the switch. Because this here with spirituality and religion and death, there's something that had to be let go of, and it could have been your personality and persona, all of you. It could have been just in a complete entire shift and change of who you once were to who you now became, because you had this spiritual awakening. All of you are it made you strong. Okay, under wisdom we have secret, chalice, justice, choice, and make a wish. This, you guys have the rite of passage. Okay, some of you are wondering, can I do this as a profession? It's your wish. And with justice here, I really believe that it can happen. But with seeker, a chalice coming through right below that wisdom energy, if you are not currently practicing whatever it is, or being fully versed in it, some of you might be doing it part-time while doing a full-time job. Some of you might not be doing it at all. You're just kind of getting into it. It's not quite the right time, okay? But more than that, you really need to make the choice with your whole heart. We have justice here. Some of you don't believe in yourself enough, and your gift and your wisdom. Or if you do, you aren't feeling confident about bringing things forward. And maybe you have in the past and it hasn't worked out, so you thought, that's not my calling, but it truly is your wish. You have to get 100% okay inside of yourself about being this spiritual being for some. And I understand that, for a very long time, I did not tell anybody that I read cards and energy and all of that. I just never said anything, and people were always just like, wow, you have such great advice, and you just really seem to understand things, and you just know how things are going to work out. And I just, yeah, old soul, whatever. But I didn't tell them because I had a hang up inside of me about doing cards and things like that, just because of the stigma in society. It can run so much deeper than you know. And it takes a lot to put yourself out there, whether it's on YouTube, straight out in the public, on a blog, on the internet. It takes a lot to put yourself out there like that. But with the cards I see here, you guys have a lot of spiritual support backing you up, okay? You guys, it's so beautiful. And I have more cards about your South Node energies that I'm going to talk about after I get through all of these. But see how she's looking into that crystal ball? It's a choice. And for some, you don't realize the kind of wall you have in your own vibration about your own insecurities of what other people will think of you. And I won't lie to you. When I was finally like, you know what, this is just who I am, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to pursue, and this is what I'm going to be for the rest of my life, because I have to be true to me. Pretty much when this started happening for me, this awakening, and I started getting very real with myself about who I am, I will not lie, I lost my relationship because who he signed up for wasn't this spiritual tarot card reader who cares about karma and the way the universe moves, and it's just, I don't even watch TV. I don't even really watch anything on the internet anymore, honestly. So what he signed up for and who I turned into were two different people, because once you fully awaken, and I've been spiritual my whole life, but once you fully awaken, you change. And there are people that cannot handle that because your vibrations are no longer in alignment whatsoever. So you need to make the choice of whether you're going to be true to yourself and believe in yourself and do your spiritual work, because nothing makes your heart sing more. And yeah, there might be some fallout and some loss. Or are you going to always, it will always haunt you. You will never get away from it, okay? Because that is your purpose. You are here to do spiritual work. And anybody who falls away because of this choice you make doesn't belong on your path anyways, and was holding you back in ways that you don't even know. I promise you that. So you guys just need to make the choice to believe in yourself. And for some, take that risk and have the courage to stand up and be like, this is me. This is what I know to be true. And I'm sharing it with you all because that is what I'm led to do. And dream about it. Don't hope that it will happen. Okay? It's like, universe, yes please. Don't just say, oh, I hope one day. No, because then you kind of put it on the back burner, and you're not having a lot of energy funneled to it. But when you're like, universe, yes please, everything you need to fully align you up to bringing your spirituality forward to the rest of humanity, it will just, you will learn. Because some of you, like, because this is coming through as the seeker and not the sage or the master, especially the master, there's some more awakening that needs to take place inside of you. I don't want to say more learning, because everything you guys are going to put out there is just like already within you. And you have a really strong spiritual team giving you information, giving you energetic support, giving you healing. But divine purpose, share your wisdom, make a wish, ask for a sign. That, to me, is, you don't even need to ask for a sign. Like, this is your sign. Yes, you're meant to do this. And if you struggle, like you have moments where you're just on fire and you're doing really good with it, but you struggle at other moments, don't give up. Don't get hard on yourself. It's a process. And as coming through as a seeker, there are some things that need to happen in your experience to fully allow you to expand into your soul wisdom, to bring it forth. But whatever you got right now, start with that. Move forward with that. Don't hold back until you feel like it's all ducks in a row, everything in order. I know that's probably like nails on a chalkboard for you, telling you to proceed without that sort of precision, but that's what you need to do. What you have right now, what you know right now, what you can do right now with the tools that are available to you right now, start there, because everybody has to start somewhere. And nobody starts out as perfection out of the gate. It just doesn't work that way. Sometimes you gotta get into the ring to fully gain the experience that you need to be ready to expand into your soul wisdom and therefore receive a whole different kind of lifestyle and way of being. It's a process, okay? You know, when people talk about awakening, and I feel many of you have already been through that process, but some of you who are watching this, you're just now moving through that process. And nobody talks about what that's really like. Like, you hear, you know, love and light and all this on one side, and then here's this other group talking about this dark night of the soul. But that's it. Like, nobody's really talking about what does that even mean? What happens in your life when that unfolds? Well, everything changes 100. The way you see yourself, the way you see the world, the way you see food, the way you see animals, the way you see other human beings, the way you interact, the way you experience, the way you move through reality. It's all different. Your dreams change, your goals change, your behaviors, your likes and dislikes, everything changes. And if that happened in a snap of a finger, it would overwhelm you way too much, because everything that you experience is energy. Everything's vibration, and it flows, it moves. And if you awoken like in just one moment and that was that, you wouldn't be able to handle that. Nobody would. It's a process that takes time, sometimes a lot of time. I mean, honestly, from when I really first started awakening, I would say it's been 6 years. Probably, yeah, in the early part of this year, 6 years, when Spirit started saying, tapping me on the shoulder and saying, okay, it's time. You've had your fun being a 3D human being, being a happy little Christian, being in love, thinking you're with the love of your life. And everything changed. And now, I will say this, I am so grateful everything changed. I wouldn't go back to my old life for a minute, because it wasn't true to who I was. So have patience with yourself through this process. Even if you feel you have awoken some time ago, there may still be a lot that you still need to expand into. And that's okay. The longer you're in training, the more you're bringing forth. Think of doctors. How long are they in school? Or like scientists and physicists, okay? The longer you're in training, the more you have to offer. So be patient with the process. And with transition here and death, many of you are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Being one person, and then over a course of years you awaken, and now all of a sudden you're somebody else, and everything about your life changed. Well, that's because you're meant to walk a spiritual path this lifetime. You have these roots, and you're bringing them forth now at this point in space-time. And you're partnering up with somebody to bring that forth. And the dolphins there, you're partnering up with somebody. It's you and somebody else. This could be love, this could be a child, or this could be a friend that becomes business partner or something like that. So you guys are going to bring something forward that is brand new, that hasn't been brought forth before. And you're like, well, what if 5,000 of us watch this and we all resonate with that? Well, how many billion of people are there in the world? Consider that. Secondly, one size doesn't fit all. So the way that you each are going to receive your gift from your Atlantean energy, and the way you bring that forth, is going to be different, all of you. If Spirit can create a platform where we're 7 billion, 8 billion strong, but we are all unique, individual, we don't look the same, none of that, trust that your gift is unique, and even though there's a lot out there already, there could be 7 billion gifts out there, you have something special inside of you to bring forth. And it's not like anything that's come forth before. And this is going to be effortless. Once you fully awaken, this is effortless. It just happens. Okay? So, what you guys have for the energy that comes forth with you into this lifetime that nobody can take from you. We have the Sisters of the Seasons, Cycles of Growth, Natural Law, Divine Order. Honestly, I was not surprised that this came out for Virgo. And then we have Woman Holding Coin. Again, this is Earth energy. Both of these are Earth energy all the way. What this is saying to you is, you will always be provided for. You, even in lean times, you will be provided for. And for many of you, you're going to live a very abundant lifestyle. Now, you might be like, oh, whatever, I'm always broke, but you live in a nice house, you drive a nice car, you have food in your kitchen, you can eat out a lot, but you might not have a whole lot of money for other stuff, okay? It's each person's perception of being broke is quite different. So what this tells me is that you guys are all meant to be very abundant in this life. That is your inherent right of your soul that came forth at your birth, okay? That is your gift. Nobody can take that from you, no matter who you are this life, what you are, who you be, you are going to be an abundant being. That is just, it's like the color of your eyes. Nobody can take that away from you. It's just part of your energy for this life. And with this cycle of growth and natural law, divine order, this talks about how I said that some of you aren't quite ready yet. This is saying that if you really think about your life and look back upon it, you'll see that everything really has moved in a perfect divine order for you. And as impatient as you can be, you cannot try to push things to move them quicker, and you can't try to stop to slow things down because you don't want to let go of something. Your energy is very infused with the Gaian energy, the like natural flow of life, fertility. So you cannot change that, but this is a gift because it always carries you, and that's why you're going to be abundant. But this also promises you that what you know in your heart is supposed to be, it will be in the perfect time. And you know it's supposed to be because it is supposed to be. But everything has its season, everything has its time, and that goes both ways, what's coming in and also what you must let go of. But more than that, being present in the now and recognizing how abundant you truly are and all the spiritual gifts that you're meant to bring forth. And for some of you, you are going to be very financially successful bringing forth your soul wisdom. I feel like you're gonna write books, and this is gonna play out from that trauma. Okay, if you experience that repeating of trauma with parent or you losing a child this life, you're writing a book about that. You may have lost your parents and you had to live with other family members or were in the foster system and it was really challenging for you. It's just, some of you are going to write a book and you are going to make quite a bit of money from that book. But it's like life cycle. You have to just flow with the cycle, and you'll know when it's time to write, because some of you it's just going to flow out, and then you're going to be like, oh, writer's block, and some time's going to have to pass, and then you're going to be able to add more to it, and then some time's going to have to pass, and then you'll be able to complete it, okay? Others of you, it's as though you've been searching for a scrap of inspiration on how to bring forth your spirituality, your creative gift, and out of nowhere it's going to show up. And when that happens to you, do not let that moment pass you by. Don't get insecure. I'm not good enough. That is your moment, okay? That is your moment, and you will be successful. Now, what comes in as a curse, or what must be overcome, is Angel of Balance and the High Lady of Love and Compassion. So, this tells me that some of you are going to struggle emotionally or internally with being compassionate and loving to all humans because of challenge that you experienced with certain individuals. It's as though you, once that happened, you label anybody that's even similar to that energy in that bucket of that person, and there's no love for them, and there's no love for them because, you know, that kind of person just doesn't deserve to even be walking around on earth as far as you're concerned. But being in balance emotionally, and with this love and compassion, for many of you, this is towards yourself. You're really going to struggle. I mean, you guys are Virgos, perfectionists. You are just, you guys have this amazing ability to just make everything like grow perfect. And I don't mean just like a plant, okay? I'm talking in general in life when it comes to like relationships or business or ideas. You guys are so creative and fertile with this energy that can just infuse and ignite anybody into their own awareness of their greatness. But you guys need to work on having more love and compassion for you and recognizing how perfect you are just as you are, and not tearing yourself down or picking yourself apart, or you put something out there and then you're like, oh, I could have done that so much better. You really need to get in balance in yourself about that. That is your challenge. And this card actually flew out with that. We have the third chakra. So this is like your power. Some of you need to really come into your power, and you're not sure how to do that because when you're really spiritual, it is natural for you to want to be kind and loving towards everybody. You'll shy away from conflict unless you're really triggered, and then if you're really triggered, people better watch out, right? But this Angel of Balance, it's so perfectly paired with this third chakra. Do some third chakra meditation, healing, and balancing, because this is your masculinity, whether you are male or female. This is the masculine. The sacral is the divine feminine. This is the divine masculine energy, and it's your desire, your power. Get that in balance, because you are powerful. You are meant to stand on a platform and give forth this spiritual wisdom, okay? And what comes forth directly from your South Node energy is Two of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and then Eight of Cups. So this tells me that you have had fluctuation in your income. And as it's showing as the Eight of Cups, this comes in from past life energy, okay? This fluctuating income. Now, with these two cards, this is why I'm saying you might think that you're broke or that you don't have a lot, but many of you really truly do. And you need to recognize that. That's part of coming into balance, is realizing that you do have a lot and you have made it far. And it's not that I don't, you guys are grateful. I'm not getting at it from that angle of you need to recognize what you have and be grateful for it. That's not at all. It's like you need to recognize how abundant you truly are, like how much you have, how much you give to others, like not just look at it from a monetary perspective, but your whole life overall, everything that you have, everything that you give out to others, and everything that comes back to you. Look at it from that vantage point, and you'll recognize that you really do have a lot, but more than that, you have all of that because of you, because of your vibration, because of your energy. And coming into awareness of that and having appreciation for yourself and being proud of yourself for your accomplishments, that expands you more and lets this energy come in even more. So if you fluctuate, this comes from past life, which means you can switch it up and move forward. And for many of you, these finances finally stabilize when you are fully spiritually awakened, doing your thing, but also keeping yourself in balance. It's really important for you guys, those who are watching this, that you stay very grounded, yet very tapped into the esoteric at the same time. It's like this very fine walk between worlds. So you don't exist in the physical world per se, and you don't exist in the non-physical world per se. You exist in this in-between place. And it's there where that's where you are fully tuned in to spirit, to your own spirituality, and you see your path forward. But if you in this balance, it feels so fine. It's like if you start being too physical again, where you're just really making choices and living from a physical sense, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what we're here to do, is experience ourselves in a physical way. But you guys are wanting to do some spiritual work big time. Well, and not just work, but give out to humanity. So when you are being too physical, it's like shit just gets way out of whack quick. And then if you are just being tapped into spirit at all times and not paying much attention to anything in your physical life, shit gets out of balance. So for you guys, it's that fine walk in between worlds. That is where you thrive. And because it's coming in as a challenge, you have to overcome some things, which, hello, we have this right here. You have to overcome some things in order to put yourself consistently in that in-between world. That's pretty wild to me, honestly. But you guys will exist like that. And that is the vibration of Atlantis. That in-between world. So you guys can overcome it. And I would really recommend, if you are super resonating with this, that you go do some past life regression around this Atlantean energy, and that may very well bring forth missing information to help you proceed forward, because this is the most beautiful lineup of cards I have seen through this whole process of everybody's reading. This Atlantis with this Six of Cups. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And then Union on top of it. So it's this beautiful Atlantean union between you and another soul. And with the High Priestess, this is all about spirituality. This is all about spirit. You guys don't even need to talk to each other with language, whoever this person is. Right? So really believe in yourself, Virgo. You guys are out of this world, amazing. This reading, Your advice: know your divine purpose. You have one. Yes, this is your confirmation. If you don't believe me, ask for a sign. Ask for a sign times 3. Because then when it happens 3 times in a row, you're like, okay, yep, that's spirit saying yep. And really believe that you could go far with this and put it out there to the universe. Be this energy about your dreams and your goals, okay? Make your wishes, but be this beautiful, pure energy, and you better believe they're going to come true. And share your wisdom, because that is part of why you came to experience humanity at this time, was to share your wisdom. Because, I mean, you guys are the only ones that received the wisdom card in the past life energies, and so share your wisdom. And I didn't mention this earlier, but I love that the unicorn's horn is pointing to spirituality and religion. So that is why I'm like, no, this, whatever this is, it could be very creative, but it's all based on your connection to spirit. And that's why you're going to really go far and thrive, is because spirit has your back, and you have the rite of passage in your DNA, in your vibration. Okay, so I hope that resonated with you, Virgo. You guys are amazing. You guys know I love me some Virgo. And after this reading, I see why. You guys are just amazing, beautiful souls. And you guys are going to be innovative and renegades. Shake it up. Change the way things are. Don't stay with the status quo. That is not what you are here to do. That is not your energy. You have an authority that you can't even comprehend in your human conscious mind. Okay? So take care of yourselves, Virgo.